Hello, good morning. Happy Wednesday, halfway through the week. We're here to continue working on the assessment. We got a decent amount done yesterday afternoon. We sort of figured out what the architecture is going to be. We created the connection part, which I think that might be good to put in. So like we have migration seeds, so like maybe connecting to. So connecting to a Postgres database, migration seeds, queries. So we have CRUD, symbol joins, many joins. Okay, so we have all that. We have seeding. Okay, so to pass the assessment, you will need to do the following. So what we've done so far is uh, connect to the Postgres database. Database. And that is all over in here, where we have our library. So let's re-enable this so our tests are passing. It's cargo test, not run. So you're failing now because our database is not on. Let's turn that on. All right, so we have you going. Everything should be happy and fine here. We do have in tests. Yeah, I don't need those two types in there, do I? Let's get rid of those. Okay, you're all happy. Everything's good going here. Okay, so we should be able to connect. So the next thing, we should be able to create. Let's see. So it's for a standard bookstore, right? So we should be able to create a book. We should be able to create an author. Those things. Um, Arkins, how are you doing today? Good morning. I think I'm doing pretty good. Halfway through the week, I do have to skip the afternoon stream today because I have a dentist appointment. So that's, dentist appointments are okay. They're not something I super look forward to. Uh, but I am going to a Rust meetup later today. That should be a lot of fun. The meetup cancels the dentist. Yeah, I think that's the idea. The meetup cancels the dentist. Okay, so we should create a book. Now, how do I want to do this? I think for all of these, I have to start by creating a pool because I can't just have a pool out before. But that's fine. It's pretty easy. Why are you upset? You're in an async block. Async function. Tokyo test. Is it because I'm not returning? Okay. That's why. That's why. Yeah. So supposedly the meetup is going to be talking about. I think it's Lightning Talks. It's the first meetup for this Rust group. So I'm excited to go see like what they're doing, and what's going on with that. Meet more people in the local area who are members of the Rust community. Okay, so if we have this now, if I want to create a new book, you could have said members of the cult. I mean, I don't, I don't want, I don't want Rust to be a cult, because like there's too many negative annotations. Um, what's the right word for it? There's too many something that sort of implies implications. There's too many implications for that. Connotations. Oh, I think that's right. Stupak, hello. Good morning. How are you doing today? Yeah, there's too many negative connotations to that. We've already had like so many different things with in the Rust community that like is just people piling on each other, people being really mean outside, inside. It doesn't really matter. We don't need to be more cultish than we already are. We probably need to be like, okay, we just need to be like a happy, not a family because it's not really families, but it's like, a happy group. Yeah, if you're not aware of the memes, it'd be a bit weird for outsiders. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And the problem with like the modern day it's too easy for any of our sort of like memeish type things that just leaks out and gets out. It's that's the problem with like places like Reddit, and Twitter and X or whatever we call it these days. It's too easy for it to get out. It's like the Bob Ross of programming languages. That's what we want. We want to be nice and calm, and no matter what negativity comes our way from outside, we just handle it, and it's fine. Everything's fine. You know, it's okay. We're gonna be sitting here in our really safe language, and we're gonna program awesome stuff. And you know what? We're confident in our language and in our abilities to handle whatever comes to us, and we don't need to defend anything. Stallman is already a benevolent dictator of the Church of Emacs. uh Stallman for Emacs? I guess so, right? Was there Vim is also part of the GNU, or is there something else? Was there ever like a Vim version? GVim? Even a cult without a benevolent dictator. I mean, it could be a non-benevolent dictator. It could just be a dictator. I believe that if there's no benevolent dictator and you have that sort of like cultish type thing, then it's more of a commune. Okay, so there was never a GMU Emacs. I sort of always expected there should have. I'm kind of surprised that there never was. Maybe it's because the license must have been nice for it. Otherwise, that would have been a thing. And just think about the names. We could have had Gmax. It was compiled with GCC. That means it's still GNU. Okay, that's we can give it that. We can give it that. Also forgot to say hello, Don Tessilis. Hello. How are you doing today? It's Cult of V. It's Cult of VI, or V before against the Church of Emacs. I mean, guess Nano is left behind. Nano just sits there in a corner waiting for when you just don't want to pull up an Emacs type thing. But it's always there. It's always there. You don't remember okay? So with the compiled to GC means still GNU. So it may or may not be true still. You're just doing some programming that does not require much effort. That kind of like task programming, or just like okay, just get it done programming. That it yeah, I see that. It's usually not like solving big problems. It's just sort of like busy work almost. But it's important. Can Chat GPT? I would imagine that eventually some kind of LLM Chat GPT like thing could probably do that kind of stuff really, really well. But there's too much reading for that, and they can actually be more exhausting, like stitching together what Chat GPT outputs and like fixing little bits of it, than actually just writing it ourselves sometimes. Um, okay, let's see. Should create a book. So if we're creating a book, we just have a name, right? So I want to create a name. I don't want to create the same name because I think we have a unique field on there, which means random generation time. Let's pull in rand for this. Now there's a cargo add. Can I tell it with cargo add to do? Oh yeah, dev as a development dependency. So I can do cargo add dev rand. Okay, so we can create a new name, which we're going to use alpha numeric. Um, there's some. It's not append string. Okay, so alphanumeric. There's some create string. It's not. I don't want to append a string. Yeah, append length random characters to a string. That's not exactly what I want. I want something. Okay, there's sample string. Generated. That's what I want. Okay, I don't know why that didn't show up right away. Programming, I'm supposed to, but I've been procrastinating by searching a new wallpaper. Uh, that can happen too. All right, what do you want? You want? Oh, why don't you tell me? You want the RNG here, I think, and then you want like a mutable reference to it, don't you? And then here we want the length. Yeah, we want the length. So let's just do 8. That'll be fine. Okay, so that gives us a random string. So then the idea is now I want to give this name to a new string function. And then that would do the thing. So let's full screen you. VSplits, we have queries, books. We want to create a new book. Wait, no, this is seeds. That's not what I want. Oh, we only have source live. Okay. Do I want to put something under books? Probably, because we're going to be doing like gets and other stuff in there. So that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to put this under source, books.rs. Okay, so well, I probably could just do pub books and then pub. No, I could probably just do mod books. Then I could pub the mod of that in lib. That. Oh no, that's exactly what I did. Never mind. Okay, when I'm in this folder and I do it that way, it sort of like confuses me of like where am I putting the code again? Well, that is in lib. Okay, so we're fine there. Dolly 4 is wild. If you have Pro ChatGPT subscription, you may be getting access soon. It's way better than Midjourney. I haven't really, so I played around with Midjourney a tiny bit. I played around with some of the other ones that were like, out there. I don't know if they're even still active. Um, I don't have a ChatGPT subscription, uh, so I haven't really played with that very much. And I don't think I've ever played with Dolly. Although I've seen some results from it, and it looks pretty good. You're gonna wait for the Twins to win the World Series and get that for a wallpaper. When was the last time they won? Cause that's I don't 92. I was gonna say like I vaguely remember that, but that was a long time ago. So we can take a reference to a pool. Now we could take the full string as a name in because we'd be consuming it anyways. Oh, but I don't necessarily want to consume it, so we can just do this. You're just a stir. And we're going to return something here. So I want to return, I want to return the ID of what I created. So now I could do something like that, or I could do like pub, book ID is 932. Book ID. Then we're gonna do the thing. It's the only major Minnesota team to win a national, except if we count the Vikings national just before the Super Bowl era. That was a long time ago. I suppose you can count that. Let's see. Create book. Okay, result. Da, 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 da. Okay, so we're good to go here. Then I guess like if we're actually gonna do the thing, we need some type. So I'm just gonna build it out the way I would, and then we're gonna have to figure out how to like sort of cut it down to be the right thing, right? It's like what we want. Um, so in this case, this should be pretty simple. We're going to I'm just gonna return. I can do it all in one go, in fact, I think. So you just do return okay, and then we're gonna do a sqlx. We can do a query as. We want the book ID, and you're gonna be insert into books, name, values, $1, returning ID, book ID. Pass it the name. We'll do a fetch 1. Hand it the pool. Okay, and that should do it. That should just return out for me. We're good to go. And so over here should create a book. We have the name here, so that the new book ID is equal to so we'll do a create book, pass it a reference to the pool, and pass it a reference to the name. I'll wait at okay, so that gives me the new book ID, right? I'm kind of sad that that doesn't give me the type, the book ID type. I was really hoping it would. Okay, so I've got that. Then to verify that it went in there, because like there's not much of a test if I just trust it, right? I need to create the book now, right? I need to get the book. Should I do like one mega test where it's like CRUD the book, where it's like, okay, we're gonna create the book, and then I want to get that one book that we just created. I want to get all the books, which should include some of the other books. We could do that. Would that test be too big then, though? Like, I feel like with this is a nice size because you can just, it just shows you, okay, I need to create the book one. Okay, yeah, the test is done. Otherwise, like, they're never going to end, which kind of sucks. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to, we're just going to go grab the book now and see if we get it. If you create only one, it's not too big. Well, I guess like the problem is the test itself would be really long if I did all the CRUD all together in this one test. I feel like I'm testing too many things. I want to test one function, one test. Like that's really what it is. Not all the functions, all the one test. Even though I'll be having to like do some other queries and I can like save some code and do some other stuff. other stuff here. But this isn't about being the most efficient in the test. This is about being a good assessment for somebody taking this. All right, so new book. Yeah, it would be a pain to debug, and like one of the big things, if you're taking this to like learn and you're like having to debug a little bit, you probably want to know like, okay, it's only that like this test is pretty small and tight, and it's gonna hopefully be easier for you to deal with. Okay, so I want okay, so now I want to go to the database and I want to grab the book, right? So I want to grab this book. So this can be a private type. So this is a test book. Oh, which is going to have a book ID and a name string. So then I should be able to get the created book. Query as, we're going to say, hey, be this test book. The query is going to be select star from books where ID is equal to $1. And we'll pass it in the new book ID. We will fetch 1 and do the reference to the pool. And we will await question mark. What are you upset about? Oh, let. Yeah, that's right, it's not ID, it's book ID. Okay, so now I have my test book, and now I want to, we can do the assert. So we're gonna assert equal the name that we created. So the name and the created book dot name. Will that work? What's my error? Unresolved imports books. Okay, so we have a pub mod books. Why is that unresolved? Do I have to like write all? Oh yeah, okay, so it wasn't saved. I just had it open in my buffer. Okay. Oh, expected a struct variant or union type found in I32. Oh, you won't let me do that? Oh, I thought I could just give it a type, like a simple type like this, and that would just work. Oh, that's too bad. I could, there's some tricks that we can do to make this work, perhaps, but I'm not really sure it's a good idea. So we could match surrounds, do something like that, make it into a tuple type, which you're going to be no rules expected the token. No rules expected the token, blah. No rules expected this token in macro call. That being said, though, yeah, what do I want to do with this? Okay, so I want to let new ID equals that. Oh, so I can't give it a type like that either. Vampire, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, well, if this isn't giving me the right type, I might as well change you to be an I32 again. Uh, although I don't know, I kind of like that. Makes it easier to sort of see what this is here. But you're unhappy. So therefore, I might as well just switch this to a query. Get the record out, and then we'll just do result dot book ID, and then that'll be happy. And then we just have some warnings. Book ID is never read. We will get there. We will get there. I know. Don't worry. So if we run this, okay, 2 tests passing. Dottie, hello. Good morning. Vampire, 1.5 more weeks until vacation. Oh, that is awesome. Vacation coming up is like it's a good feeling because like oh man, I love the feeling of like wrapping things up but then not taking on more work cuz you can't and so like all the threads are getting tied off. It's great. Um yeah, good morning Dottie, good afternoon also. Oh, it's not full screen. I wanted that. Okay, so we're good there. Back to our test. We now have tested that we should be able to create a book. So that's great. I should probably be committing these every time. So what do we do? We have testing that we can create a book. Okay, so we have that. Next up. So we should okay, so CRUD, right? So we should create a book. Next up, we should be able to get we should be able to get one book. Should get one book. Now, oh, have I looked up SQL test for unit testing sqlx? Ooh, I have not. I should. I have not. It spins up a database for you. Oh, interesting. I don't know. Let's see whether or not it would work in this specific situation because because I'm testing that they can spin up a date. Well, I'm actually not testing that they can spin up a database. So what is this? sqlx. Would this be? Does it really spin up a database for you, or does it use the offline database thing? There's something in. Is it here? Test. Where are you finding that? 1 or 2 matches. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Where on this page did it find the word test? I even have highlight all, so I should be able to see it. I don't find it. That's 2 of 2, and the first one is up here somewhere. I wonder if it's hidden. But okay. All right, that's it. Thank you, Dottie. Let's copy this. Go to you. Actually, I don't care about that one at all. We'll just go to you. Mark an async function as a test with sqlx support. The test will automatically be executed in the async runtime according to the chosen runtime. Okay, so basically it adds in the Tokyo thing. If more than one runtime feature is enabled, runtime Tokyo is preferred. By default, this behaves identically to Tokyo test. Okay, cool. So we can change that to sqlx test. However, several advanced features are also supported as shown in the next section. It does not recognize any of the control arguments supported by Tokyo test, as that would have complicated the implication. Okay. Automated test database management requires the migrate feature. SQL Test can automatically create test databases for you and provide live connections to your test. For every annotated function, a new test database is created so tests can run against a live database but are isolated from each other. This feature is activated by changing the signature of your test function. The following signatures are supported. Okay, so this feature is activated by changing the signature of your test function. So async function. Wait, it hands us a pool? The pools used by all running tests share a single connection limit to avoid exceeding the server's limit. It can make the test take a while. I don't think I care that much about the test taking too long. I do want them to be like solid and like easy to use to like verify, have I done the job right? If your tests want to create its own pool, for example, to set up pool callbacks or modify, you can use this signature. Okay. So you just pull options and pull connection options, pull connection. Is there, okay, there's some examples here. So basic test, they hand us a pool. So we wait for the connection to happen. So fetch one. Okay, so then we can actually do things. To ensure a straightforward test implementation against a fresh test database, migrations are automatically applied if a migrations folder is found in the same directory as cargo manifest directory. Okay, so there is in this case. So that would work. Okay. There's fixed. Oh, we could do fixtures too for like the random stuff. Where does fixtures come in? Like where since tests are isolated from each other but may require data to already exist in the database to keep from growing exponentially in complexity, SQL Test also supports applying test fixtures, which are SQL scripts that function similarly to migrations but are solely intended to insert test data and be arbitrarily composable. Imagine a basic social app that has users, posts, and comments. To test the comment routes, you'd want the database to already have users and posts in it. So the comments test. Okay, so basically it's seeding for test. You can pass a list of fixture names to the attributes like so, and they will be applied in a given order. So, okay, fixtures users. Where do you. Oh, okay. Fixtures are resolved relative to the current file as fixtures name.sql. It's basically what I have been doing as the seed. Yeah. Okay. Which no, I no, I think this is good. This is good. I just now need to figure out how I want to apply this. So if I do SQL test like this, so if we start with just sqlx test, let's reset you. Okay, do I want, okay, so for creator book, now should connect. I kind of like the idea of keeping this as it is, but should I? I want to test. Oh, I want to test that their pool works good. So hold on, we can do that with this signature. So pool options. In pool connect options. Okay, so if I do sqlx test, you're happy with this? I sort of was expecting this to cause errors because. Okay, hold on. Let's comment you out. Let's comment all of you out so we don't have any warnings or anything else. We just have this one test here. I'll go ahead and bring you in later again. Okay. No errors, no warnings. So I want to see, do you work as expected? Pull options. Connect options, where impl connect options is PG connect options, etc. If your test wants to create its own pool, for example, to set pool callbacks or to modify connect options, you can use this signature. Okay, so we have pool, a pool connection, or pool options. So I guess first of all, we just test this. That works. So it's still connecting to the database that we have here. If I create a pool, okay, I want to use this pool here. So we have to use pool options is pool options. And then connect options. The trait takes 0 generic arguments, but 1 is associated. What? I wish this gave me a an example here. Well, that's okay. I guess I don't need. I hate how like the type here. I don't know how to make that go away. So I think I have to like way zoom. Oh no, I can't. It's at the top of the page. This is like impossible for me to like now fix easily. Um, so if I go to you, connect options. Oh, how did you become that? Connect options. Okay. Um, unnecessary associated type. Oh, it's something that's impulls it, right? Impul, mimple, impul connect options. There we go. Uh, oh, so if you're going to pass me the pool options and I'm creating a new pool from it, I need to pass this in to connect here, don't I? Pool options. So that means in library, Okay, so then I bring .env in, I bring the database URI in here. So then instead of new, I just pass in the pool options. I can set the max connections. I can connect and do that there. Okay, so that's that. Okay, then this is now, we've now created the pool. Okay, so we've now created the pool. We get the results. We do a quick query to see, okay, how does that look? And we're good to go. And now we can return. Okay, result name. Okay, so everything's good here. Okay, so if I run this, that should have like spun up a database to then run that really quick test. Um, Now we could also say, I want to, for this, migrations. Okay, so can I just say run the migrations? Not like foo migrations? Like what is that? Is that the name of a specific migration, or that doesn't make any sense. I guess I don't understand it. You can override the resolved path. Okay, that's what it is. So it's going to run them automatically. Okay, so it runs them automatically. That's why it works. Okay, okay. Then I could do seeding. So how do I want to do then seeding as part of this? Also, I should be able to, with these tests, not have my database set up, right? So like if I yeah, no, seating was a fixtures section. I want to remove. So let's do uh so if I have the database set up already, is it, if I drop this database, is that actually, no, it's good. The queries will be really unhappy. Uh so if I remove all of the, okay, let's do sqlx my database drop. Being accessed by other users. Oh, the what the oh the code. The code. Oh, and I could probably do a reset. Um Actually, you know what? I don't want to apply the migrations. So I want to just do, okay, yeah, let's just do a drop here. Let's plain just drop the database. Database is gone. I'm curious now, will the test work? So if I cargo test this, No. Okay, so it needs to have the database set up. So we need to do sqlx database. Is it create? That gave me no feedback. Okay, but it worked, I think. Relation books does not exist. Okay, so I have to. Okay, so relation books doesn't exist. Now, thank you, Arkant. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, you should be able to remove the database URL environment. Really? Oh, I thought this would work with that. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So if we remove, well, I thought like maybe it was going to use the database URL environment to connect to an actual database. Because like, how does it create a database? Like, is it a mock database? Is it not really a database? Is it like an offline database? Database URL must be set. So I can't do that. I have to have the .env. Or I have to have done this all beforehand and set the offline mode. Which of course this won't work right now because I think I need it to be run against an actual database. The docs suggest it spins it up. Well, the problem is, how does it spin it up? It can't just like install a database. How does it spin it up? Requires database URL. Yes. Most of these will require you to set database URL as an environment variable or in a .env to give the test driver a super user connection with which to make manage test database. Okay. So yeah, we need to do that. So the relation doesn't exist. So now, well, why didn't it run? Okay. The database exists now. Why didn't it run the migrations? Um, I need to tell it to run the migrations, right? Well, I quit out of it. That's why. Okay. So if we come back into here, okay, test. I want you to run the migrations. Migrations requires the migrate feature. Okay, so I need to add the migrate feature in here. Migrate. that was migrate. That must have been what it was. Okay. So cargo test. Okay, sqlx migrate feature. Requires migrate feature. Migrations are automatically applied if a migrations folder is found in the same directory as cargo manifest directory. And so if we come here, we can see here's our cargo.toml. Wait, cargo manifest directory? The directory where the current creates cargo.toml resides. Okay, cool. So cargo.toml, and then here's a migrations. Now, is it migrations? Okay, so we have that. So this should be an up for everything then. You can override the resolved path relative to cargo. Okay, yeah. But it didn't run the migrations. Oh wait, did it not run the migrations because it didn't because I didn't hand it a pool? Okay, let's check this out. If instead of this, we just get a pool, does that run the migrations? Yeah, I think you and I have the same idea here. Okay, which does mean we can't do a connect like this. Error return from database relation books does not exist. Because it's static. Okay. What if let's try this. If I don't do that, because you don't know what it is. Oh, fun. Okay. That's cool. I need to have the migrations run at one point in time. Okay, so I need the migrations run during compile time. So it's never getting to even a point where it runs the tests. I really wish that this would allow me to do what they did before, which was like select some. Let me try it again. So select like hello. Yeah, column name select hello as hi. Oh, I could do that. You have it running, but you also have offline mode. I'll be able to do offline mode at the very end. Once I write all the stuff in, then I can run the generate, and then it would generate all the offline stuff. So make sure that that is hello. Okay, wait. Expected an option string. Oh, Okay, that works. This tests a connection, which means that I could go back to this. Okay, so we can get rid of you. Whoa, why? Back to you. We get the pool. Oh, we have to connect the pool. And then you should still work. And then we don't care about you. So, test. Okay. That's a problem in that code. We can fix that by removing that. Okay, so that passes the test. Oh, did I do that wrong? Oh, I put in. Let's try that out. I mean, okay, so there's no evidence of a change. I kind of wish it printed out, hey, applying found migrations, applying migrations. Like I kind of wish it would print that out. That'd be pretty nice. But okay, so this tests the connection that the student can create a connection. Okay, great. Now, next one. I want to test that the learner can create a book. Yeah, we have no idea. So okay, we're gonna do it with, we don't have a migration right now, so we're gonna do sqlx test. We're going to take in a pool here. So we're good to go. We need pull in ran thread range, pull in alphanumeric, pull in this trait. We need to re-enable, so pub mod books. Okay, so you found all that stuff. Query as. So wait a second. Okay, your error returned. Okay, so migration relation to books does not exist. This is because in this code it needs to know what this all stuff is. So if I don't seed the database, if I just I'm gonna have to run the migrations manually by hand. So sqlx migrate run. We run those. That makes you happy. Import create book. Okay. No errors. We have some warnings. So unused import, so I don't need you. We're not using you right now. So I guess I can leave you out. I just want all the warnings to go away. Oh, okay, never mind. I can't ignore you. You're fine. Okay, fine. I'll leave that one warning in for right now. It'll go away eventually. Okay, so if I run this test, now this is just creating a book, and this is theoretically going to create a new database and run the migrations on it. But it's like, how do I know? How do I know? I'm having to trust this. No. Oh yeah. Well, I guess yeah, let's do the next one. Let's work on the next one now. Okay, so we have should create a book. So then sqlx test async function, so should get one book. So pull Postgres. Well, the pull part works. That's good. So at least that part is correct. I don't know if I truly believe that it's creating a new database every single time though. That that is one of those things where it's like how do I validate that? Okay, so I want to get one book. Now if we run the seeds, if I run the seeds, so in seeds, main here, this will run the seed. Oh, but I can call run from there. Can I get out at you? Can I just grab that? Oh, I think I can. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. In arg-cargo.toml, under dependencies, we're gonna do seeds. And now from okay, this might let us verify things. Before I do anything, let's here. I have a separate system, so I don't have to constantly connect in and change over. So don't open that. Okay, so we have nothing inside of any of these things. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, perfect. So if inside of here I connect to seeds, can I get there? Seeds run? Okay. So if after running this test, so get one book, I should be able to find a book that's in the seeds. And then I should be able to go back into the original database that we have in the database URL, and it should not have the seeds in it because I'm going to pass it. I'm passing it this pool, which is supposedly to a different database that it creates for me and runs the migrations for. Okay, well that, I mean, if this is true, this is like infinitely easier to work with for testing than a lot of the systems I've worked with in other languages. Which makes it really nice and like, okay, this is good again. All right, so let's now try this. So I want to get one book. So I want to, oh, we need to go and like actually write a function to get that one book, don't we? So we have our queries, we have books. Now I need to probably create a book here. So this is going to be struct book. You're probably going to need to be public. If we have a pool, then this should be fairly simple. We're just going to do that. We're going to do a sqlx query as, pass it in the book, pass it in the queries can be select star from books from where book ID equal to $1. I think that's it. We'll give it the book ID. We'll give it a fetch 1. Okay. And this goes out. Probably need to make you all public. Then you stop yelling at me about that. Okay, so that passes out. We're good to go there. So get one book. I'll do let book equals should get one book. No, not should get one book. That's myself. Get one book. There you go. Import you. Pass in a reference to the pool. Book ID. So let's say now I could grab it automatically right now. I could do the exact same thing and say like, hey, grab that out. Now if I say get book by ID 1, I don't actually know which book this is gonna be. Because no, we should know what book this is going to be because if this is a brand new database and it's a new seed, every single time it's always starting with 1. So we should always be able to predict what book this is going to be. Okay, so we have a book. Then I should be able to compare this book. Okay, so then I should be able to assert equal that book dot book ID is 1 and assert equal that book dot name is the same as in seeds books I want that to be Brave New World. Okay. And then that's done. So if I save you, okay, never read, that's fine. Okay. So we write all. Let's run our tests. The test ran and that passed, which means that it was Brave New World, so it did seed. And then if we take a look in here, no authors, no book authors, no books. Okay. All right. That's working. Now I wonder what they're calling the database. I wonder if we can like figure this out. Uh well, look at that. Okay. So if you do it fast enough, they created sqlx test 8, sqlx test 9, and sqlx test 10. And if we go into them, they have nothing in here. Oh, because they're gone now. Because they deleted. Oh, okay. This works out well. Oh, that's a good question. If I panic, does it pollute my database? So before I even run the asserts, if we just panic here, I bet it's going to clean up the database. I bet. It might not, but I bet it will. So um it fails. Well, would you look at that? That one database here, that's not great. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Do you tell me? It is proof that it's doing something. I'm kind of surprised that it didn't catch that, clean it up, and then repanic. But okay. Is it going to clean up all these databases because they have like this? They have this sqlx test name. Uh, so you're still there. We run a test. That took a little bit longer than normal. Ah, and that database is still here. So it's just gonna be creating new tests with like new numbers added in for infinity. So I can, oh, can I not drag? What's the command to drop you? It doesn't want me to easily drop you. Or can I not do that easily from here? Oh, I have to do it over here. I couldn't do it from that window. I can do it from here. I can delete. Delete that. Yeah. Okay. And we're good to go now. Okay, so this is interesting. So we can always trust that Brave New World is the first one. Okay, so we're good to go. Let's see. So okay, get one book. So next up would be get all books. So And we know how many books there's going to be. Because if the learner didn't follow the seating directions correctly, if the learner didn't follow the seating corrections instructions correctly, then they're going to have more or less books. And so I can test, like there's actually several ways I can do this. I could just create all the books that we're expecting. Um, and then just like, okay, well, do we found them? Or I can just test the count of them. Uh, that could work too. Um, we could spot check. Okay, so if I want to get all the books, so now, okay, so I seeded the database. I want to run and get all the books. Let's go create that function. So in books, we're just gonna turn it okay. sqlx query as. We just get all the books like that. Very, very, very simple. You're unhappy. Mismatch types. Expected struct a vec of book found. Oh, right. I need to actually fetch all. Okay, fetch all. Okay, there we go with that. So all the books are going to be get all books. Wait, question mark U. Okay, so that should give me a vec of book here. I should be able to link out the books and get them. What are you upset about? Oh, right, pool. Okay, so then how do I want to do this? I could loop through every book and I could create the test books and put them into a hash map, or we can just loop through these. I could check. Okay, so we know there's a few assertions we can probably do right away, right? So we can assert equal that the books dot length is equal to however many we have in books here. So that's what is that? We should have we should have six books. So we should have this. I see what you mean. It's getting exponentially slower as this is going on. Um I have no idea how many connections I can handle inside of this database. Let's up it to 10. I could even try a min connections and set that to like 5. And then that might make it faster. Oh, wait. No. Okay, hold on. That only works in the first one. That only works in the first one. That doesn't even matter because all my tests are happening with these pools that are being passed into me. I have no idea how many connections they're allowing at all here. Because they're doing this all behind the scenes. Okay. Interesting. So I don't really have a choice. I guess I could run that connection and we can set it to be faster, but not that big of a deal. Okay, so it is after 8:30. What's my I could loop through. I could create the test books. I could loop through and I could see, okay, do you have the right names? So I could create an array of these names. Am I even using testbook? I'm using it here, aren't I? I am. Okay. So let testbooks equals, let's create a function for this, like a helper function. Can I create this as a static? It's a string though. So that might not work. If I do something like this, I want to return a vec. We're just going to do it one time and it's going to kind of suck, but it's going to be fine. Test book. We have book ID. So if we do something like one, name, and that's going to be Brave New World. And then I could replicate this 6 times. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you. Seeds. Okay, so then we have Moby Dick. It's actually this is literally the only one that's easier to copy and paste. Okay, so here's my books. The fixture way should work now instead of manually seeding. Yes, it should work that way. But I want to not actually have written the seeds. Part of the, because I don't know exactly where they're going to run the seeds, do I? Hmm. Yes, the fixture might work because I can control that. Yeah, we can play around with that. Archification. Hello. How are you doing today? Um assert that your length is that. And for book and books that we can into iterator because I'm done with those. We can enumerate, enumerate. There you go. So we should have the same number of them. So we should be able to say assert equal that the book is the same as test books of index. Operation. Okay, so we need debug and partial equal. Still got some errors. Oh, does it need to be book doesn't implement standard format debug. Oh, you need seeds books. You need to implement something like that. You also need partial equal over here. Mismatch types. Expected a book. Found a test book. I was hoping that I could like do partial equal of the book, but I think what we need to do is instead do an assert equal book dot id is the same as test books index book id. And then do name the same. And then that way I don't have to have you don't have to have any of that here anymore. You just need to be public. And then you don't need that either. Yeah. What are you upset about? Unused core panic. Okay, yeah, we don't need that. Okay, so no more warnings or anything else. If we run this test, you're happy, although slow. And that's good. Okay, and this is testing all the books are, we got them all in the right order. So that's good. Out of curiosity, would you ever be interested in doing a code review? I know you're busy with your project, but if you ever wanted to take a break and look at something else for context, I have a few things you'd appreciate the feedback. Assert equal program bug free. Wouldn't that be so nice if we could just do that? Um, so eventually, I could imagine opening up like a code review thing and doing something like adding that on as like a what is it called when like a business has a product, except a service, adding it on as a service. And so I could see it being like three different ways. I can see saying like, okay, free tier is we'll do this like, once per week or once every few weeks or whenever I feel like it, I'll open it up and we'll have a stream for it. And it'll be like, okay, just assert in, I'll be able to do like, 4 or 5 of them today, I don't know. And then we'll just go through, but it's live on stream. And it's like that's the price is you're doing it live on stream. And then you can pay for private, right? It's like then it's like, okay, well, you're working with your business, you're working with your company, you want me to sign like an NDA to even look at the source code. At that point, it's like, okay, you have to pay for the time. That I could see me doing that. Again, I probably wouldn't want to add this in. This is not going to be like my primary source of income for it. So I probably wouldn't think of doing that until I have the courses pretty solid up and running. So I can't imagine even thinking about that for this year. But yes, I've considered it. And it's something that I think would be good and like help out a lot. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to do it in time for you archification. I don't know why I have such trouble saying your name. It's like it's not that hard. And that could be arch, right? I think you mentioned that before, and I forgot. I've seen that exact pattern a lot in like game reviews. It's like some people are like, hey, show like I'll give you some like free stuff. Although those were like they're still taking like donations in order to like look at people's code, but I think it was still done like live on stream. So I don't know. We'll figure it out sometime. So let's see. Gotta follow the terms of service though, right? The stream is sponsored by yeah. And that's the thing is like if somebody were to like live on stream share their work code, that could get them in probably the biggest trouble. It could get me in a little bit of trouble too. Uh Especially if it's like private code, if it's like somebody's working and they have like an NDA, we gotta like I gotta make sure like how to do that safely for everybody involved. It's like, okay, we can only do it, but like only if it's like your personal code or if like you have a clear permission to do it. All right. It is 8:45. I have my stand up coming up in a few minutes, so I have to get ready for that. Thank you, Arch, for the suggestion. I'm gonna like keep on thinking about different ways to do it. And just sort of like have that on the wayside for when we eventually get the ability to do it. Yeah. So like there's all sorts of things that we can do to like make it very official. I probably want to talk to a lawyer about that too. So, anyways, we'll figure that out. As I sort of mentioned, I can't imagine doing like opening it up sometime this year, but I am certainly more than happy to chat about code. I have a Discord, so when I'm not streaming, you can chat with me there. Well, that. And basically, that's a like I won't necessarily be able to do full code reviews, but we like to chat about architecture and answering questions and other stuff. So if you do have questions about anything like that, we're happy to chat about that asynchronously. So with that, let's set up a raid. Raimu is streaming and is doing porting his DSL grammar from C to Rust. That's always a fun project. Let me go ahead and set up that. So everybody, have a great rest of your Wednesday. I won't be here this afternoon, so my next stream is going to be Thursday. And then I'll be online afternoons Thursday and Friday too. So with that, have a great rest of your Wednesday and see you next time. Bye.